Okay. So, yeah, welcome back to another episode of whatever this is. Chilling, talking about life and shit. I have no idea what I want to talk about. Or else I do. I feel extremely excited at points and extremely happy because there's literally nothing to worry about anymore. And it's hard for my human brain to accept that. Which is pretty crazy, but last night got to a good place. Like, so, a very intimate and close part of my soul, it is my soul, is visualizing music. And lately my mind has been so constrictive of the heart that I haven't been able to just let this go, because like it's like synesthesia, so it's just like you sit back and you fucking watch the music. It's like instinctual. It comes from the instinct to dance. You're just dancing with like fucking color and texture and stuff. And so I, for a while, I was just being too hard on myself, and listening to music actually like hurt because I thought my visualizing music should be something. This is how it should be. Like the past work that I've done, like the music videos that I've done. It's like, nah, dude. Like, it's a fucking feeling. Like, you can't predict what it's gonna look like. You can't predict what this beat is gonna feel like. You just fucking feel it, and then it comes, and yeah, you literally feel the music right here, physically right here, vibrating, and it just happens automatically. Just the different colors or patterns or movements, whatever, it just happens automatically. So that was last night, and that was awesome, and I really just got to a state of peace, and I still feel there, like this is really happening, like realizing that I am the heart and not the mind, and everything, and and that's how I feel today, and just this deep sense of peace that I haven't had in a while, and it's back and forth, but this peace is me, this inner sense of just dwelling of, that's the wrong word, but just of being. It is me. And I can feel it right now, and I think it's just hard to accept that it's here all the time. That I can be myself all the time. So, it's amazing. It's like I watched the first of the modern Star Trek movies last night, and when you have your heart open, you can goddamn feel the movie. and it was so amazing. Like, this movie is good. Like, I really like it, but it was just like the best fucking movie I've ever seen, just because I have my heart open. And it's it's what it feels like, what we all want, is to be able to feel life. And it's fucking awesome. And I feel grateful. I feel like I should be more grateful. And now, since I'm done picking on myself, it's time to see what's possible, you know? It's time to start hustling. It's time to start pumping out these vlogs, and to be writing, and to be shooting, and film. I'm a film student. I don't know if I ever said that. But yeah, and I feel like I know this, and I know where to begin, and I know everything. I don't know, I'm just kind of in this state that's like content. And like, I'm supposed to be in class right now, and I skip that shit because I can tell it's more important for me to keep this peace right now than to go to class where it could potentially be disturbed. It just feels good to just chill and just be still. I haven't had that in so fucking long. Like, that's what I used to seek in marijuana. It's just these moments of peace. When your mind isn't going. And I feel like myself. And I also feel like I'm not allowing myself to feel completely like myself, because I can sense this power and this confidence within me. And for some reason, just a little bit of me just still holding back. And it's okay, I can feel it's gonna pass. But like, this is me. And this is the wisest, oldest, maturest side of me, and that's why it is love, because love is all of those things. I probably should have meditated before this video. I'm not exactly in my zone, if you couldn't tell. Or whatever the fuck my zone is. Whatever that means. And I feel like there's some subject I want to get onto. Huh. Well, last night actually, when I was falling asleep, it was the first time that I let myself fall asleep, and I was conscious of it. Yeah, I went, okay, I totally forgot about this shit. So, when you're falling asleep, all of your systems are shutting down, and then your consciousness is carried. You don't have to think in the conventional way, and you're carried by your guides. And every time you fall asleep, you you feel the love from them, and then you let that take you. So you trust them to let them take your consciousness and go into your dream world. And most of us this part of us isn't conscious during that, so we can't remember it because that is already shut down. And then we're just this, and then we go. But if you've died and shit, and if you're a lucid dreamer and shit, like sleeping is the same as dying, and or no, it's not. No, it's not. Excuse me, but it, yeah. So I consciously felt myself float away. And at first, it was like, yeah, certain memories, certain images were pulling me into the dream, and I feel myself leaving my body. But then I started coming back, and then I got stuck. And there's like this weird glue. I think I've read about this. So the glue is something that keeps it has to do something with your daily conscious, and it keeps you here. And I remember like floating up out of my body and just being carried, but then I kind of thought some daily thinking thoughts like, I don't know, some bullshit, and then you just feel this little bit of tinge. It's like this cringe. I don't know. It's kind of painful, but like I know it's nothing to worry about, and where you're stuck in between leaving your body and then chilling in it. But I remember I got it to the point where I could consciously watch myself be drifted away by the ones that I love, and this is a very important step because you need to consciously be aware of all of the collective and how reality is a collaboration between the collective. So it's to consciously be aware of this and to not have your ego kick in for whatever reason, because you can sense other life, intelligence, consciousness, that's the word. You can sense this, so to not have your egoistic intentions come up if you're having problems, and be like, whoa, fuck off. Because this is on the molecular level, so your ego will instantly try to attack and kill. It will try to. But yeah, I watch this, and I know that I can trust it because it's my higher self, and we're all connected, and it's love whipping everywhere, and and I watch myself leave my body, and then I go straight into the dream, and then I dream, and then I watch myself come back to this body. And then I fell back asleep again, so it wasn't like I haven't been up since then, or since that good connection, but I'm pretty sure that's a very, like, this is why, like, faith and everything, like, this is why it's important, because it's like, you're literally, like, we're being carried by higher, more understanding beings that have more understanding of how this reality works. They're carrying us right now because our mind doesn't understand how this reality is possible. So obviously we're not carrying ourselves. Someone else is. We cannot explain how I'm able to do this right now, to exist. But apparently I fucking exist. So someone else is helping me. So to be able to watch my consciousness, the part of me that is me, is the part that the ego always tries to protect because it doesn't want it to get hurt and everything, because it thinks it can get hurt if it's not viewing the world through love and everything. The fact that I could consciously let that go and be carried by other versions of myself, I think is a very good step. And that's what I feel like I should be focusing on right now. The fact that I did that last night. Because it means that I trust this part of myself. Because, like, here, I think because of gravity and shit, it feels like the subconscious mind, yeah, it takes time to get to the deepest part of yourself. That's what meditation is, and concentration. But really, there is no separation between this consciousness and your subconscious. There only is in this reality, because all of this physicalness is my subconsciousness. This is love projected through my consciousness as the 3D world. So my conscious mind can't affect it, because as it can in dreams and in the fifth dimension. So I have to go down and concentrate like a motherfucker to get to these deepest part of myself, because if it was present where our daily consciousness is, as it is in the fifth dimension, we would be able to create whatever reality we want whenever we want. So, and that's what going to the fifth dimension is realizing that there is no depth of the mind. That's just an illusion from the mind. It's the illusion of gravity, because your thoughts have gravity to them also. That's what habit is thinking the same things, and that literally sucks in your consciousness, because you've been thinking these thoughts for so long that it creates gravity. So your subconscious is a heavier part of you that takes time to get down into, and then you realize that you balance the subconscious and the conscious mind, and that's what lucid dreaming is, and that's what the fifth dimension is. And so I can create my own personal reality within lucid dreaming, but to create whatever reality I want with the collective, that is what love is used for. And that is what love is used for, to create all this too. So, I don't really know where the fuck I was going with that. But, yeah, so just to get down to that part of me, but to still have this part of me, and to, it feels like you're watching it happen. Trusting your inner self. It's like, it's not even a matter of trust, it is you, and it only doesn't sometimes feel like you because it's not on this same level of understanding as a book that I could read in front of me is, like the Bible or something that tells me the truth. I have to concentrate to get to this. So it's going to be on a whole nother understanding. It is a whole nother form of thinking that most daily consciousness doesn't support, in a sense. So it's you feel this feeling, and it may not make logical sense why you should go do what this feeling is telling you to do, but you know that it is you know that it loves you, so you go and you do it, and then you figure out the logical reason why you wanted to do that. And that's when it's like, oh, I can tell the future. The future. It's like I can tell what I already want. I can tell which route of life, which thought channel, which timeline of reality I want to go to, because I've trained my instincts to be able to feel these different frequencies and to be able to pick the ones, because everything comes from this deepest part of us originally. So we know what we want from the beginning, so we can sense it from the beginning and then whip that shit. And like what I was saying, like our mind still, like the subconscious is the result of the conscious mind. It's what you've learned and everything, and what you've told yourself. So it's like a collective, it's like a collection of kind of like memories and stuff that this has experienced. And this can change this whenever. But yeah, so we're not given immediate influence over our reality because we haven't learned love yet. We haven't learned how to balance it yet. The deepest part of us knows this. This part doesn't know it yet. And this is the entire ascension process, is learning what the original part of you always wanted. And yeah. I don't know, I feel kind of... I probably only feel weird today because I'm not used to having my heart this open, so it doesn't... Like, having the heart open means going into unknown territories, because Love's always moving, always changing. There is no single moment that is repeated. Normal life doesn't exist. That's just an idea, some space in your mind, some space in your mind that you think you've created, and that's what normal life is. Um, but really, every single thing is fucking changing constantly. So, and that is the deepest part of me. So, as I stay in tune with this part of me, every single thing changes. So I'm completely out of my zone, or whatever my zone would ever be, because there is no zone to have. It's this is you. You are this process of ever changing. And I'm starting to get more comfortable when I don't understand what the fuck is going on, because I know that's how I'm making progress. I'm in new territories, and I'm not afraid to go there, because I understand that the only fear that I have is what I bring with me, and I understand that I create my own reality. So it's like whatever I bring with me is what I bring, and now I only bring love. So it's like I can whip whatever the fuck I want. It's amazing. It's fascinating. It's yeah. I'm not gonna. This is something that should be known throughout this entire video series, but all the information that I talk about, every single thing that I claim to know, and all of that is all gotten from my own understanding, which is tapping into the higher part. The higher part. I don't like saying higher, because so many egos or natives could take that as uh, there's hierarchy to spirituality and stuff, when there isn't. The whole point of it is to see that that literally doesn't exist. Like, everything is the same exact thing. Like, this isn't even real as we picture it to be real. It's so um but all the information that I have in these videos, all the knowledge and everything, is from my own understanding, what I have put together with talking to my subconscious, the wisest part of myself, and bringing it over into this consciousness, and how my consciousness understands it. Because, yeah. So, yeah.